Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hiya. Oh, hey. I'm Kadeja.
And I'm Taylor.
And this is
The Degrassi Authority. Yay!
Woo.
Okay.
Well, today we are reviewing the latest episode, Degrassi Season 14, Episode 6. And it was quite the episode.
It was, but in a quiet way.
Yeah.
I feel like. It wasn't... I'm not up in arms about it.
It was like subtly dramatic.
Yeah.
It had its like little moments that was just like,
what the heck?
let me think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we started off with Maya having that dream about Miles again, jumping off of the balcony.
Yeah, which is really weird, but okay. It's a recurring dream, I guess, I suppose, because I was confused. I thought we had already seen this
I
episode.
thought it was a daydreaming thing that
Yeah.
she just did in the rubber room.
But I guess it's a recurring dream, and so we're at that level with that.
And
now.
Taylor mentioned how it looked like Maya was wearing makeup.
Yeah, it did. It was weird. I was like, does she sleep in makeup? I've never seen that, but okay. You do what you want to do, girl.
Oh. So then Zig comes in. And okay, the thing about Zig coming in, because she wakes up and she screams again, like she did in the other episode. She's like, ah!
She screams herself awake.
And Zig comes in. But what I'm wondering is, where the heck is her mother?
Her mother did not budge. Like, her mother did not ever show up once. Like, I was like, maybe Zig was the first to come because he's quicker than her mother is, because, her mom has the handicap.
But she didn't show up
She
at
just
all.
didn't show up.
Her daughter just screamed.
Bloody
Could
murder.
be attacked.
You don't know
attacked.
what. You don't know what was going on. There could have been anybody in her daughter's room.
But she didn't. She just was like, man, Maya needs to sort out her own crap. Like, ain't nobody got time for this.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess. So yeah, that's the kind of mother we're dealing with, I guess, in the Madeline household.
Yeah. And she said that she's anxious and hasn't slept in days, and Zig offers to sing her a lullaby and says that she really needs help, and he offers to sing some Kanye.
Yes, because we all...
Apparently Zig listens to Kanye.
Yeah. Oh, that's part of his thug training.
I mean, I love Kanye.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem like the kind of person who'd listen to Kanye.
Zig Novak, the thug.
But who knows?
That's his thug persona. Listen to Kanye.
So then they go to school, and Maya goes up to Zoe and asks if she can be a cheerleader. And Zoe says,
and I quote,
"Absolutely not. You have all the coordination of a drunk hippo." End quote. That's something that just slips off the tongue.
Exactly, yeah. That was like super country in the way that's a stereotype that country people always... Well, she was more drunk than a hippo and a
church.
Yeah, like what? Like what? Okay, that's what we do here. I'm fine with that.
And Zoe's like, "You look a mess," and I didn't think that Maya looked a mess.
She really didn't. But Zoe's just getting all of her Maya hate out in this one little. Yeah, I guess.
It was weird that Maya went up to her and suddenly asked her a favor when it doesn't seem like they've been friends for the longest time.
Yeah, that just happened with the storm, like.
And I guess Zoe said that she could do like a mashup for them.
Yeah. She's not letting her on the team.
She's like, "You better not mess up the mashup and ruin our chance at competition."
Yeah, that could get us disqualified. Yes, but a new picture ring would not get you disqualified.
Me being a madam won't affect anything.
I feel like you need to put your I'm gonna say promotion priorities.
Yes,
in
priorities.
Check. You really need to line those up because they are not lined up where they need to be right now, buddy.
Oh, and then okay, so Imogen and Jack now are talking in a classroom before class starts, and Imogen accidentally tells Jack that she loves her. She's just like, "I love you," and right in the middle of class. And in most shows, when it's an accident, the person's like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah.
But Imogen
just kind of waits.
She was just waiting. Like, it almost seemed like she planned this.
Yeah.
She was planning to slip this into the conversation.
What?
But, and Jack just says, wow, thanks. And then the bell rings. And it's time for class.
What? Are you kidding me?
Next, we see they showed them a lot in class this episode. Actually,
which, yeah, as you can tell if you watch our videos, it's not something
it doesn't
that
happen. They don't go to class.
Yeah.
Next, they show Frankie in class with her cheerleading friends, the black girl Chantel, Shay, and the pink-haired girl
Lola.
Lola. Okay, and she's trying to like do this project that they have, or she usually works with them on homework or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a group project. That's what I'm saying.
And so, but Shay and Lola, they're too busy looking at this picture on the phone. Shay's holding the phone out very unnaturally. But I guess that's just how they do it, because they're looking at a meme that they just created. Girl, and they're just laughing about it. They don't care about the project. They're just like, oh, we can't help. We've got cheer practice.
Yeah.
And they tell her that she can get the answers from her brother Hunter because it's his twin duty.
Yeah. I don't feel like that's...
Isn't it your duty as her class partner to be helping her? I think that it is.
It's definitely not a twin's duty as much as it is a group project. It's not called a twin project. It's called a group project. Wherein you are in my group. So you need to step it up. You better shape up.
And she's like, oh no, that would be dishonest. And blah, blah, blah. And then Shay says, well, you better find a way if you want a grade. Why isn't the way her partner's helping her?
Like, how come you guys just can't help me? How about that? How come that's not my way of passing the class? You guys could just be good friends. That would also be a good thing to do.
Shay just really didn't act very well in this
Yeah,
scene.
it was shoddy acting.
Yeah.
She's been pretty good though. I mean, other than
she's had a personality switch, but
yeah. Other than this, she's been pretty good. But this, I don't know.
That scene was just like
this scene.
Why are you holding your phone like that? I just don't like. What are you taking a selfie? No, you're looking at a meme.
Yeah,
it's
really weird.
And so then Maya goes to the cheer practice, and while at practice, she keeps checking face range to gather some Miles information, and she keeps having all these Miles visions about him jumping off the balcony over and over again. Like, this is a very reoccurring thing for him.
Yeah, she's getting really like sucked into this Miles world, like this Miles dilemma that she made up. Like,
exactly.
Like there's no existing like proof, evidence that this is actually happening. That Miles is in turmoil. She just kind of made it up in her head, and she stuck to it, and she's going far with it.
We haven't seen him like drinking a lot. We haven't seen him smoking or doing any drugs or anything. Like, we haven't even seen him really rebelling that much against his dad, at least in the last few episodes. The only thing that's different that we've seen is him being with Tristan, and he's got a new car.
That's literally the only thing. So I don't know what this cause for stalking is, but she's been literally stalking him.
Maybe they're foreshadowing. Maybe something's going to happen.
I have no idea.
As of right now,
she just looks like a crazy person, honestly.
And so she runs out of the gym and goes to Grace and Zig.
Yeah.
And
they showed up to her. Because she goes and checks to see, I guess, if Zig is, or if Miles is on.
She's having such a panic attack.
Yeah.
She just had to leave.
And she, you see her when she runs out, look up at the balcony like she expects Miles to be there.
He's going to drop. Somebody get the bell. He's going to drop.
She just looks like a crazy person, honestly. And she's Looney Tunes right now.
Offer to help take her mind off of things. And that seems like they're insinuating, let's get drunk.
Like, not gonna lie, my first reaction, Kanisha can tell you, I literally said, no, I ain't going nowhere with you. They're like, come with us. I was like, I ain't going nowhere with y'all. Because I know that
y'all
means
from
drugs.
The rubber room.
I know that means drugs. I see how things get done in the rubber room. I don't need no rubber room people. doing rubber room activities.
So then they go to lunch, I guess, now. And Frankie goes to ask Hunter for help on the schoolwork because I guess she just doesn't expect her partners to be helping her.
She's like,
And
it's too much for them. I need you to do it.
he like really lets her have it. He's like, "What are you doing with those girls? They treat you like crap." Like, and he's like, "I'd rather be alone than have friends like them."
I guess he's a man of his word because he is alone. Like,
He really is. He lives online. He doesn't want that to encroach upon reality.
Yeah, he's...
and so after he says that, she's like, "Oh yeah, you don't understand and whatever. Like, come on, you can help me. Like, it shouldn't be that bad." And he says, and I quote, "I would sooner see all the cheerleaders die in a fire than help them." End quote.
You could not take it just like a little bit. He had to take it all the way.
He wants to see them die.
Yes. Like, he couldn't say, yeah. He'd be like, she's like, "Oh, you need to help me." Da, da, da. And he could have said, "Oh, no, I'd rather all the cheerleaders fail."
Mm-hmm.
Or, "Oh, I'd rather you guys get sick or something. I'd rather see them out with the flu." Or, I don't know.
Break a leg.
Yeah.
Like, but not die.
In a fire? That's a horrible way. That's like one of the
very
worst ways.
specific.
That's one of the worst ways to die. Like,
I've been watching Chicago Fire. It looks pretty darn painful.
I love that show. I did not know you watched that, but we'll talk about that later.
And Hunter goes, he says, "I'm going to go get a cream soda," or whatever, and he leaves his laptop there.
Yes.
Which I still think is weird. You don't just leave your laptop around places at school. There are kids who go to the rubber room. They don't care if it's somebody's laptop.
Yeah. There's been multiple school shootings. I know.
And Frankie sneaks onto his laptop and looking for the homework, and she happens upon this weird comic that Hunter's made, and it's of him, like, killing cheerleaders.
Yeah. Very graphically. Like, he's wielding a sword and, like, cutting limbs off of them. And there's, like, blood everywhere. And it's like...
It's serious. And what's weird about it, though, what we were saying, was his reaction, being so violent toward cheerleaders, doesn't necessarily seem warranted, and it doesn't make sense because we never even see the cheerleaders talk to him.
Exactly. They're definitely not, and we don't see that would be a thing, even if, like, you know, it would be kind of weird if they did bully him like that.
Yeah.
Because his sister, they're best friends with his sister. His sister was one of them. His twin sister was one of them, and it's not like, this was public knowledge. Like, it's not like nobody knew that he was her. Like,
exactly.
They were twins. Everybody knows the Hollywood were twins.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it just seems like it's such a dramatic response. I mean, it's like, you don't even talk to them.
Exactly.
And even though, like, Shay says, like, "Oh, your freaky brother," or whatever, like, other people have called him weird too, and he's not drawing comics about killing them.
Exactly. Like, Winston calls him weird multiple times throughout the episode.
Mm-hmm. And so she's super weirded out, and then she, like, takes a picture of it on her phone, and I'm like, dude, she better not send this to anyone.
We literally thought she was going to send it, and we're like, what? I don't understand how that's going to help.
It doesn't seem like she decided to talk to Hunter at all.
Exactly.
I feel like that would be the first step. This is your twin brother, and you're not even going to talk to him about this freaky thing you found on his computer.
She doesn't even want to mention it to him. Like,
you need to get your priorities together because you just need to do things differently.
Because it seems she was really afraid he was going to do some action toward this, like, hurting somebody.
School shooting.
Yeah, school shooting. But does she not realize that most of these school shootings are happening because these people have nobody to talk to?
Nobody says, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yeah, nobody said, no, there's nothing. Like,
you've been given the red flag.
Exactly.
And you're still not going to talk to him?
Are you serious? Come on.
Oh, okay.
People.
So the next, they show Imogen and Jack in the hallway, and Imogen's like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to say that.
Sorry.
Well, but I meant it, but I didn't mean that you had to say it back, da 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 da."
Yeah.
And then Jack's like, I think we should break up. Very big 180 that just happened. They were
That's
just talking
dramatic,
in class, and suddenly, because the L word pops out, they need to break up.
This isn't gonna work, sorry.
And she's like, it's not like I don't like being with you, but I didn't think that this would turn into a monogamous thing.
And then she called it, like...
It's polyamory.
No, she called it heteronormative.
Oh, yeah, she's like, I don't buy into this heteronormative idea of love.
It sounds like she's saying that monogamy is heteronormative. Are you trying to say all gay people be doing this whole
They
polyamory?
just don't love each other?
I guess she thinks all gay people are into polyamory. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of gay people out there.
Why were they fighting so hard for marriage if they just wanted to be polyamorous?
Exactly. Like, come on. Like, are you kidding me? Matter of fact, most people I see that are polyamorous are straight people.
Exactly.
Like you see the Mormons with their sister wives and all them hippies on TV that are polyamorous and all that. They be straight. Don't be lying. Like, don't be lying, Jack. You be lying.
And she's
Girl,
like,
why you be lying? Girl, why you Mufasa?
just because we like being together doesn't mean we own each other. Nobody said anything about you owning one another.
Someone. Okay, actually, most people who like people don't own them. Like, no, you don't own your boyfriend or
Imogen
girlfriend.
didn't freaking give your father 5 goats to have you. That's not what's going on.
She did not buy you at a slave auction.
Like,
you guys are in Canada in 2014, not Georgia in 1863.
she didn't get you from one of those mail order bride sites. That's not what's going on.
This is not what's... Please, Jack. Come on. You gotta come up with better excuses than this. You sound ridiculous.
So that's when Jack brings up the idea of polyamory, which is a very mature concept for somebody in high school.
There ain't no polyamorous people in high school.
I didn't meet any polyamorous people in high school.
And we went to a liberal school.
We went to a very open, like, everybody goes there kind of school. And we didn't hear about that once.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It does exist. But in high school, it's usually not something that you think about that you label yourself.
Yeah,
as.
most of the people I see that are polyamorous are, like, married and have, like, another partner in the relationship. Mm-hmm. But you can't get married in high school, so I don't see...
Like, come on.
I don't see no juniors. Like, Jack is supposed to be a junior.
Exactly.
I don't know no juniors that are just like...
Polyamory! Anarchy!
No, exactly. Look at my, like...
Everybody. My liberal life.
Come on.
I'm sending nudies while I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And another girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
can't. These people are off the chain.
So then, Imogen lies and she's like, oh yeah, I feel the same way. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Bull crap.
The way she said it, Jack should have been like, no, you're not.
Why I know. I feel like you should know her well enough by then.
She's the Lion King. Call her Janae Aiko because she's the Lion King. Whatever.
So then, Zig and Grace take Maya to get her mind off of things, and they end up doing yoga instead of getting high.
Yeah, well...
Yay for the rubber room kids. Breaking stereotypes.
I was just gonna say, yeah. We're moving on up.
But then it gets bad when they hack into Miles' face range page.
Yes, because Maya messages cannot let this go.
She can't. Miles is a problem, and she needs to solve it.
Yes. He's a problem. That boy is a problem.
So they read in the messages, Tristan asks Miles, how's he doing? And Miles like, oh, I want to kill myself. And she's like, Miles like, look at this! There's no proof! He said it there! He said it! What's the job? Because... And then Zig says, it's probably fine. People say that all the time. You need to be concerned if all the people you are around are saying that.
Exactly. And I'm not even like, I know that people will say that. Like, I do realize people do say a lot more than they probably should.
He said it.
But no, that he's acting like that's a common response.
Okay.
That's a common response to how are you? I feel like a common response to how are you is good or fine.
I'm not doing that well.
I'm not doing too great. I rarely hear people say, oh, how are you doing? I want to kill myself. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
What's going on in Canada?
Canada, this is our open letter to you. Please.
All these videos.
Speak to somebody.
Every time we just have questions about you.
Yeah.
You seem to be another species.
I don't know what's happening. Like, we really need to, like, we need to just sit around a really huge table and talk about it.
Yeah. And okay, so then Maya and crew and the Red Room crew, well, really just Grace and Zig, they go to Miles' house and they friggin' break into his house.
Break in.
I don't understand why, because they could have easily knocked on the door.
Like, hey man, let us in, or don't say anything, because maybe they thought if he heard their voices, he was not gonna let them in.
But at least you would see that he's alive, and that's really what Maya wants to know anyway.
Exactly. And so she breaks into his house.
Like, literally breaks into his house.
Picks some locks, goes in.
Like, that was too much.
And she sees him on the couch, lying there. And she goes to, I guess, check his breath to see if he's still living.
His nose.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
And then he wakes up because he's obviously not
dead.
You could have told. I feel like you should be able to tell
if somebody's dead.
Yeah, and we could tell right when she walked in that he was definitely
sleeping.
Sleeping.
He was friggin' in pajamas, laying on a couch. Usually that equates to sleeping.
Yeah.
Rather than immediate, oh my gosh, he's dead.
What? Like, could you imagine if that was, like, real? Like, nobody does that. Nobody just comes into somebody's room, sees them sleeping, like, where they would probably be sleeping, and be like, oh my gosh, he's dead.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, he took his last breath. I didn't get to say goodbye. Oh my God.
I just can't. I don't know. I just can't.
Maya.
Get your whole life, please, Maya.
Okay. And so he wakes up and he's like, what are you doing here? And then he's like, oh, I thought you were dead. I saw that message you sent to Tristan or I heard that you said something about wanting to kill yourself. And then he's like, he immediately was like, did you hack my face range page? And it was weird to me that he automatically knew that happened.
That was right where his mind went.
Yeah. And so then Tristan walks in and he says something that's a little too explicit for our family-friendly web show.
Yes.
He says, oh, bleep, no, back up off my BF, bleep. Mm-hmm. Fill in the bleeps.
Yeah. And we were a bit taken aback by this comment.
Because Miles is definitely Maya's sloppy second.
Yeah, let's just be honest.
Like, you definitely crouched upon him.
Yeah, because he wasn't, let's not act like he wasn't trying to get over Maya when you got with him. So let's just not act like, if anything, this is a rebound. If not, like, it's definitely not like her trying to get with your man. Like,
and it wasn't like you were totally innocent in it either.
Yeah, like
when you guys got together, you threatened to kiss him if he stepped any closer. That's not a threat. You knew exactly what you were doing, Tristan.
Exactly. Come on.
So then Grace and Zig have to forcibly remove Maya from the Hollingsworth house.
As she's yelling, Miles, talk to me!
Don't die!
Miles.
Oh my God! Stop! I just need to know what's going on with you.
Oh my gosh.
And then we go to Frankie and Winston. And of course, she shows him the comic that Hunter drew.
Yeah.
And Winston's first reaction is telling her to call the police. No, she needs to talk to her brother.
We have not come to the conclusion that talking to him, after all this, we still have not come to the conclusion.
And then
we should just talk to him.
That conversation ends with them saying, oh, well, we need more evidence. Oh, you need to talk to the boy.
You know where I think you get a lot of evidence?
When you talk to people?
Him. Yeah, if you talk to him.
I think that's where you can get all the evidence you need.
Exactly.
Then we go to Eli and Imogen at the Dot. Eli's new job that he got even though he punched somebody.
Yeah.
And Eli's like, oh my God, I hate my life. And Imogen's like, oh, I have to be polyamorous now because Jack's polyamorous and I don't want to lose Jack.
So we're going to go on a date.
Yeah. And he's like,
Ooh, I don't know about that. That's weird.
And then Eli's like, I totally don't get the whole polyamory thing. I don't think it works. It's not real. Blah, 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 blah. And then Imogen, like, breaks down. She's like, ugh, I want Jack.
Yeah, I don't want to be polyamorous.
And I want Jack to want me. Oh, my God.
Jack. All I want.
Like, yeah. And Eli tells her that he has room for her in his pit of despair. He's getting...
Yeah, he's getting...
He used to suffer from depression. You need to get checked out because you got some things going on in your life.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Imogen's
oh
phone
my gosh,
bleeps with a picture of Jack and another girl.
Why on a date?
Why would you just send a picture of, after you know what happened? After the girl just said she loved you, even if you're trying polyamory, you give it a little time.
Yeah, you know she's not in. You know this
like,
is the first
you're
time
acting
thing for her.
stupid.
Why are you
think that she's truly into this?
Exactly. You know, it's a first time thing for her. Do not try to be like, oh, here's a picture of me and this girl. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna send it to my girlfriend. Like, that's so ignorant.
Yeah, Trick.
I just can't.
Then, so then we see Frankie and Winston invade Hunter's room in his privacy. And they just go on his computer and just have at it with the door open.
The door wide open. Are these Canadians?
They don't know what privacy means.
No, how
I'm sorry.
The door. I feel like somebody needs to just do a whole workshop in Canada about the glory of
Canadians. We're not judging
doors.
you. We're just trying to understand.
I don't get
Please
it.
make us understand.
Yeah, we're gonna need a whole crash course on Canada because this is just we're very confused. We're out in the dark right now. We're really in the dark.
So then they see in his comic that the person who kills the cheerleaders does it so that he can save a princess. And they're like, oh man, he's not psycho. He's just in love.
They find out that the picture or that the guy in the comic is him and the princess looks a lot like this girl in the class that Shay and Lola were bullying.
Mm-hmm. So they just drop the whole he's going to kill cheerleaders
thing.
Even though I feel like that's still a pretty serious situation.
He didn't, let's not just cut out the fact that he did say, I'd rather them die in the fire. Like, he did say that. That did happen.
Hunter catches them. And he's like, what are you doing in my room? Oh my God. And he's like, Frankie's like, oh my God, I'm worried about you. I don't know what's going on. And all these cheerleaders, blah, blah, blah. And Hunter's like, it's okay to be mad, especially if they screw you over. Like, that's a pretty serious thing that he's saying. Like, that's saying you have reason to get revenge.
Yeah, you should probably kill cheerleaders. Like,
I am with you. I'm your partner in crime.
I got you. I'll write you into the comics too. Like,
and so they just kind of drop that whole thing. They drop that whole her brother might be a future killer thing, and they just don't mention it again.
Still, I'm not closing the case on that one.
I'm definitely not. They have, but I have not.
Yeah.
Then they show Imogen going to Jack, and she confronts her and confesses her love for Jack. Yeah, she's like, I love you. I don't care if you're scared.
Yeah. I don't want to just be polyamorous. I want you. I don't care if you're scared. Commitment is scary. If we end up brokenhearted, so be it. We're in love.
But at least we can say we tried. Yeah. Then we see that it turns out Imogen has just spilled her guts while Jack is teaching a kids' dance class.
Yeah, these are little kids too.
And they look very uncomfortable, as well as Jack's co-teacher. Mm-hmm. They're just like,
it's really
awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah. Then we go to Maya. Maya has gone bat crap crazy.
Yes.
Like he totally
unhinged
her rocker. She's sitting there on on this school laptop, like research, trying to get onto Miles's face range page, and Instagram, and he's blocked her and
all of this.
Why has he blocked me? What's going on? He needs help.
Zoe comes in and she's trying to talk to her, and Maya doesn't even hear her. Maya is completely sucked into this. Like, reality is not a thing right now for Maya. It's just Miles, and why is he blocked me?
Like, he's gonna commit suicide. He's gonna die.
Something's wrong with him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then she throws the laptop because she's so frustrated.
And I don't know what she's thinking, because her mother won't even come to check on her when she screams in her sleep. What makes you think she's gonna pay for that laptop that you just broke?
I mean, come on.
My mom wouldn't even pay for the laptop that I broke if I broke one purposefully at school. And my mom cares about me when I scream in my sleep.
Like, I don't understand. Like, she's gone nuts. She unhinged. Then we see Imogen. She goes back to Eli at the dot and tells how she spilled her guts and embarrassed herself in front of Jack.
Yeah.
That the whole class was there. And she's like, let's have a TV show marathon.
I just need something to take my mind off
And Eli's like, yep. I'm down for that one. Wheatgrass smoothies. Let's do it. And then Jack calls her. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've just been scared. I move around so much that I try not to get close to people, but I love you and I want you to be in my life. And I just love you so much. And it seems like it's the start of another Degrassi unhealthy relationship.
Yeah, it's Eclair.
Where he just can't breathe. She just can't breathe when she's with her.
We got a gay Eclair. Soon we're gonna have a black Eclair, which is it's gonna just be it.
There's a bunch of
Eclairs, yeah. And so I guess Imogen decides to leave the whole love is a lie party, as Eli says, love is a lie. So then we get to
Maya has another nightmare, and she screams again and wakes up.
And again,
well, her mother doesn't show up. Her mother does not care that her daughter could possibly be murdered right now.
Yeah, there could be anybody.
Doesn't matter. I need my sleep.
Osama bin Laden could be just chilling in her room.
A war could be going on.
Yeah.
Like,
they could have taken her daughter as a prisoner of war.
She could be being sold to a brothel right now. Madam Zoe has come to recruit her.
Yes, Madam Zoe said, "Oh, you want to be on the cheerleading squad, don't you?"
She thinks she's getting away.
Oh yeah, she's ready to be on the cheerleading squad. Let's see how much you're ready to be on the cheerleading squad, Maya.
No, but Mom, she's on her Tempur-Pedic mattress, and she ain't got no worries about no things.
So Mother Madeline isn't working, but Mother Zig comes
He comes to the rescue, offering to sing Kanye.
Yeah.
And Maya's like, Miles thinks that I have a problem, but no, he's the one with a problem. No, Maya, you have a problem.
You're literally stalking him right now.
Like you're having nightmares about this guy. Not even nightmares about yourself. You're having nightmares about another person.
And there's literally not been any proof that there's anything wrong with him at all.
Yeah.
He seems fine. Actually, he's not drinking or smoking.
Not pulling guns out on people.
Popping pills. He's good. Let him live.
I'm like, please. So then Zig's like, dude, you need help.
Yeah.
And Maya's like, yeah, I'll talk to my mom in the morning. Like her mom's going to care.
Your mom's not going to listen.
Mom doesn't care. She doesn't care. I'm sorry, but she doesn't.
No.
And so then we see it's the next day at school, and Frankie goes into class, and the cheerleaders are trying to beckon her over, and she's like, no,
I don't
hang
know
out today.
Sorry.
And so Frankie goes and sits by the girl that the cheerleaders were making fun of earlier, and they're still throwing things at her. And Frankie sits down and just blows them off.
You like comics?
I like comics. You know who really likes comics? Hunter.
Brother. Yeah. Check it out.
Yep. And so she's basically her brother's wing woman.
Yeah.
And it's like, Hunter, come on, trade seats with me.
She's a human tender. She's Twinder.
Yep.
Okay.
And she has him sit with her.
Yes.
And they connect, and then she just smiles at them, looking at her handiwork, because she just played Cupid.
I did that.
I'm responsible for if they have cute babies.
Mm-hmm. They're high school sweethearts.
Mm-hmm. It's Eclair all over again.
Oh,
she doesn't know what she's starting.
I hope not.
Well, maybe they're going to plot to kill the cheerleaders
together. Yeah. It's going to be Bonnie and Clyde.
Degrassi, honestly.
Oh my gosh. If the Degrassi writers do not take, we gave you so many ideas, that is one you will not take. You let Noobs be happy. Let little Noobs have his own little love, okay? So yeah, that's it.
Pick up our guitars.
Go ahead and...
Okay, let me tune it a little bit.
Put my capo on.
Okay.
Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. If I hold out,
Yeah.
I know I can make it through. I know I know I can make it through.
Yeah.